According to Christianity, aborting fetuses is not only not a bad thing to do, it's the right thing to do. And you should get pregnant and abort as many people as you can. Let me explain. So if our purpose as Christians on this planet is to get as many people to follow us and get into heaven, right? And getting into heaven is not having any sin and being innocent and whatnot, all those things. And every fetus hasn't been born yet, so it can't commit any sin. And if they are a human person, then if we kill them before they're even born, then doesn't that mean they automatically go to heaven?
Okay, so I already listed a straw man of his argument in that video, but quick little rendition. If an action leads to a greater good, it ought to be done. Abortion leads to a greater good in all cases, therefore abortion ought to be done. That's the general line of thinking that he's going down. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the background assumptions needed or made in order to affirm these premises, but I'll explain why I don't accept P2. So it seems that this guy thinks that innocence or being free from sin is a sufficient condition in order to go to heaven. Someone could just easily disagree with that. They could say that it's a necessary condition, but another necessary condition is willing or wanting a relationship with God and putting yourself in that position. Obviously, a fetus is not in the position to put themselves in a relationship with God yet. And if you think that's a necessary condition in order to stay in heaven with God, however you imagine that, they would still have to make that choice after you abort them. And it's not the case that they'll always necessarily choose to be in a relationship with God, undermining the premise that abortion is always a greater good, because it's not clear or necessarily true that they would always end up still being in a relationship with God and continuing to be in heaven with him. And I don't think it's an actual issue for the Christian to grant the possibility of the fact that some fetuses could end up having a higher likelihood of being saved after being aborted, because you can grant that possibility and still bring up a cautionary principle to the fact that we don't know which particular fetuses it would be that would end up having that higher likelihood, and so we shouldn't have abortions solely based on that reason, because we wouldn't know the consequences of what we're doing.